Taurus, I got one question for you. Like, who is getting married? Let me know. There's a Taurus out there getting married, or you got some type of plans to have some type of ceremony to make something official. But I heard marriage. That was the first word that I got in this channel message. If this is not you, Taurus, someone else is wanting to do right by you. Okay, wanting to do the right thing. If they've been juggling you, I don't feel like they want to juggle you anymore. So Spirit's message is for all of my Tauruses that are about to have some type of really big change happen in your life. Like, this feels like a really big moment. Like a quick, like this may be very hasty, where you're like on the fence, something you've been on the fence about, or about someone or something. Like, it's about to move to the next level very quickly. Okay. Something's about to happen. Something's about to be done. Something's about to be made right. I'm also picking up a lot of magic here as well. Dang. I don't know what this is, y'all. But let's get into it, Taurus. If you're new, welcome to our growing love nest over here on Talk Taurus Tarot. If you're returning, welcome back, you guys. My name is TT. Yeah, so let's see. This is something manifesting here. I cannot unsee it. Something that may have been a challenge is not going to be a challenge no more. Magician and the Queen of Pentacles. I think this person is going to be very direct with you. They're going to be very blunt. This is going to happen very quick. You might not really know if you can trust it. That's what I'm hearing. But I heard this love will endure. I heard mercy endures forever. I think that's a scripture out the Bible. Okay, so there could be a ceremony, like I said, a wedding. Okay, someone that has a fear of commitment. This could be spiritual energy, or someone's going to communicate this to you. They're coming up with a creative idea for something here. But I get this energy like someone is trying to lock you down. I heard access granted. Okay. Challenge accepted. Someone, excuse me, see, I'm losing my voice. Someone that wasn't speaking up is about to speak up. This is going to happen out the blue. And they're going to be very honest and direct with you. They're afraid to do this. Somebody is afraid of traditional relationships. Like, straight up, I see it. I can't unsee it. They're afraid of what that will look like long term. But this is someone that don't give up very easy. They know how to adapt to changes here. Very cunning. That's the energy that I'm getting here. Very crafty. Where they know how to get themselves. This is someone that knows how to get what they want. I heard they have you right where they want you. Completion. Someone's mastering something about themselves. They're about to become something. I don't know, y'all. Whatever you want to hear, whatever you want them to say, okay, to restore hope, they are like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to make sure it happens. If you want a commitment, a traditional relationship, I'm going to give it to you. If you want a spiritual relationship, I can give that to you as well. Someone, they're willing to do the work, educate themselves, see things from a different perspective. Yep. I heard they do not want to lose you. 5 of Pentacles. They do not want to lose you. This is giving me very desperation energy. Okay, someone can be very hot-headed. It's not hot-headed. Someone can be very impulsive. That's what I feel like here. Yeah, there's someone that could be very impulsive at times. Either this is you, Taurus, or someone that you're dealing with. Someone has an obsession with not failing. Okay, not being left out, so they're like pushing themselves really hard, okay, with this Hangman energy and the Four of Wands to move this forward. They want to resolve something. Taurus, if you've been married before and or this person was married before and they didn't want to commit to a long-term relationship with you because they were married before, they changed their mind about that. They're willing to jump over that hurdle and do it the right way. I just hear it, do it the right way, or do right by you. Someone has a karmic tie here. This karmic tie, whether you are aware of this or not, it stems from like a lesson that they have to learn, okay? They could be, I don't know, 5th house Capricorn, or they could have Capricorn in their 11th house. Someone really doesn't want to be poor, impoverished. I'm also getting this message here that someone ghosted you to focus more on money. So they have like this obsession with finances, stability, doing something the right way. This is someone that was like jumping through hurdles, like going to school, getting everything they need, the degrees that they want, really focusing on how they can get what they need to get it done in order to have a relationship. But I feel like they're spiritually ascending here, okay? This is someone that was obsessed with work, obsessed with their job, obsessed with their prior commitments. For some of you, they were obsessed to being overly generous to a lot of people that were karmic, or they had karmic ties to responsibility. So someone is really ready to like cut ties with a particular person or a group or community. They're like, I'm done with that. I don't want it anymore. What I want is you, Taurus. That's what I'm hearing. They want the 10 of Cups with you. A very non-committal type of energy. Like I said, this could have been a divorcee or been divorced before. This person is really starting to analyze the way that they talk or how they come off. All right. Some way, somehow, they're learning a very valuable lesson about how their tongue could be very sharp. They may have picked this up from somebody else, though. I am seeing that. They may have learned to control a situation or respond this way based off of something that somebody else taught them this. This could have been their father or a stepfather. Like, this is how you make sure that somebody else won't leave you. This is how you make sure that you are the one in control. This is how you make sure you're the one, you're the king of your castle. You're the queen of your castle. This is how you get them. This is how you lock them down. This is how you control who can come in and out of your house. This is how you manage your business. You have to do X, Y, and Z. So whatever this person was taught traditionally, like, it's been the reason that has kept this person from having the life that they want to have. So now they want to have this 10 of Pentacles with you. They want to have this, they want to have a relationship with you, but they want to cut off any karmic thought processes. They want to cut off any karmic relationships, any karmic family members. This is learned behavior. Okay, whatever this person was taught, it's stuck. This person may have been imprinted on at a very impressionable age. Yep. About how to love people, or what love is supposed to look like. What's love got to do with it? Who needs a heart when a heart can be broken? Ooh. So it's like this person had this idea, like, if you're the one with the money, you make the rules and you call the shots. If you don't have the money, you can't say nothing to nobody, and you are not masculine, the emperor energy. Okay. So someone is learning that the way that they talk, the way that they handle themselves, could potentially cost them a lot. So they want to move forward with you, but however they were handling you before you close the door, there's something about a door closing or something ending. So like before you leave, before you walk away, they feel like this is the challenge that you guys can get over here. Okay, something is being blocked here. You got the 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups with the 4 of Wands. That is a happy life. That is a great resources, being able to establish, you know, learn from each other, grow with each other. Now, if these are two people here, okay, if these are two people and there's a delay here, this delay could be due to a karmic relationship. 6 of Pentacles, Justice, and the 8 of Swords, being stuck to a karmic partner. All right. Extending your generosity out to so many people. But the 10 of Swords, though. I don't know. I don't feel like these are two different people. I feel like these are two different identities. Like this person has, they're one way, like at work, or they're one way in their everyday life, and then they have another version of themselves. So they could have two different facades here. But something about the way that they treated you was very toxic, or it was very unhealthy. They could have juggled you. I am seeing juggling energy here. I'm also seeing that they may have made you feel like you were stuck to this situation. You couldn't outget it or outrun it. There's also this energy of them holding back the time that they would give to you and ghosting you and then showing up. Ghosting you and then showing up. You know what I mean? For those of you that were dealing with a ghoster. But it's like they still hold on to you, and because they have some type of finances or an ability to like focus long periods of time, they feel like it makes them qualified to do this. So somebody was holding back from communicating with you. They may have made you feel very left out, like they didn't care about you. But now they want to make peace with you. Then I told you somebody that either ghosted you or stopped dealing with you. They've been losing a lot of sleep over you. Someone is worried. I'm telling you, it's this South Node. Reaching out. So someone is thinking about reaching out to you. Now they're seeking God, and they're looking at themselves like they need to change if they want to have this relationship. Point blank, period. A lot of inner child healing here. North Node. They feel like their North Node is their future with you. But in order to have a future with you, they feel like they have to grow up. Okay, so we have seeds, spring, and growth. So by summer, some type of cycle is going to be complete. There's some type of challenge that's going to be conquered here. Whatever the distance was, have crying man, filing for divorce, single woman. So whatever the distance was, they're not trying to have distance with you no more. Seeds here. I'm also hearing that someone could have been dealing with somebody where there's children involved, or someone could have gotten pregnant here. Or there's some fears about pregnancy. If somebody was dealing with you, Taurus, at one point, and you felt like they wanted to, like out of fear of losing you, they may have tried to trap you, like play mind games with you, make you feel like you can't move on without them. And it was to really validate their own insecurity. And this was a learned behavior. I want to know who taught this person this, how to do that. Who taught this person? Who taught this person with the devil energy? That was the way to go about relationships. Who taught this person, Spirit? It's the attention that they received. They got a lot of attention. Oh. Negative reinforcement taught this person that if I behave like this, it will force the person to give me attention. It will force the person to avoid hearing them argue, or to avoid hearing them fuss and bicker. It would guarantee them like that you're on their team or you're on their side. So for those of you who are dealing with that isolated situation, it's like reverse psychology. I'm going to put the blame on you, or I'm going to indirectly say like you did this, you did that, as a way where if you start to argue back, that's a sign for them that you still care. It's like negative reinforcement, learned behavior. This is a serious karmic lesson that they had to learn. Okay? Be careful with me. My heart is like a package with a fragile label on it. Be careful with me. I was here before all of them. You acting out now. Now you got an audience. Yeah, so Cardi B type energy from that song. There's also this energy, you guys, where like to get someone to become lovesick over you. Someone taught this person that this is how you get someone to become lovesick over you. Until you get them lovesick over you, where they're unable to sleep, unable to eat, unable to think without you, that they're not really on your side, they're not really on your team. You know, you want them to chase you, essentially. Whoever you are, Taurus, you were like, oh, hell no. That is a karmic red flag. I will not accept that type of behavior. So what they're reaching out now to make amends, to salvage this, to collect the missing pieces, collect themselves. They had a long time to think in solitude. But it's like this devil energy where they were obsessing over it. They weren't sleeping, not getting a lot of sleep at night, because they couldn't get you to behave like in an old karmic cycle. It was like a comfort zone for them. For those of you where this is like somebody that you were dealing with, it's still a karmic trait that they have. They just showed it in different ways. Ghosting you, gaslighting you, telling you, making you feel like you are less than, in order to assure they have they play a very powerful role in your life, is what they feel a lot of guilt about, because they know that they were doing, and you not responding the way that they thought you would, is like, justice is here. They were like, who you trying to trap? Who you trying to mentally disturb? That's a karmic lesson. 6 of Pentacles. So now whatever tactic that they use, it has backfired. Some of y'all, they did this through sex, where they may have had sex with you and then made you feel like you weren't worth committing to, and that may have triggered some type of abandonment wound, and that abandonment wound, they wanted you to like argue with them or be like, how dare you do me like X, Y, and Z, and that would like satisfy some type of toxic trait that they have, and then they're saying like they would have opened up more, but it didn't work. It backfired. You were like, no, I'll save myself. So they've been thinking about how they just literally just fuck themselves with no lubrication. I know that was pretty graphic, but that's the best way I could describe it, Taurus. That's what it feels like. So they're sorry. They're trying to figure out how they can express, how can they confess that this is something that they're struggling with on the inside, because I do feel like this person knows that this isn't something that they can tackle overnight. But what you need to know is, I feel like there is a ritual or some type of ceremony that you could do to like undo this type of learned behavior. It's not really a learned behavior. I feel like this is the devil energy here. It's a deep abandonment wound, but I feel like something more was done to this person. Like whoever their parents were very like sharp with their tongue. So they could have been very religious, and they said things to them to make sure that they behaved or they acted a certain type of way. And they've just adapted those same type of principles, and how they treat people is a direct reflection of those religious beliefs. Okay. That's what I had heard. So we got the Hangman and seeking God. So Spirit does want you to know that this person knows, like they either left you hanging or they left you had me at hello. All right. Like they betrayed you or they did the worst. Now here's the problem. Until this ritual or something is performed, this person will struggle with this. It will create chaos and wreak havoc in their life until they've learned this karmic lesson, until they have realized how it has played a very hindering role in their life. This relationship, this area won't really heal or change. I feel like there will still be like a lot of different fighting, or you will have to feel like you have to compete. Someone struggles with this fear, like they would have to compete against other people, and it's something that's going to keep coming up. Spirit, clarify, seeking guide for me. It's necessary. Victim mentality. This is a trick. I told you, tricks of the trade, the oldest trick in the book. You know how like back in the day, this is like learned behavior. You know how back in the day, you would talk to like that uncle or that relative, and guys especially were taught at a very young age, this is how you trap them. This is how you get them. This is how you hook, line, and sink them. This is the strategy, and this person, like I said, was very impressionable, and they felt like they were being given the game. But they're learning that they only played themselves. It's real tragic out here in these streets. It's really tragic. Okay. I do feel like a lot of things, like you have karma twice here. Someone's very prideful when they think about the memories or the things that they had to do. So here's the caveat. Okay. Because here's what happens. They get remorseful, right? And then the moment that things are going well, they start getting upset. Their self-esteem starts being affected. Their self-worth starts being affected. They start having this ego and pride thing all over again, where when they think back on how you didn't pick up that phone call, or how you didn't engage in reading their mind when they tried to make you feel like, this is someone doing that silly type of behavior, where the example I'm getting is, let's say someone say, are you hungry? And the person's like, no, I'm not hungry. knowing damn well that they're hungry, but they want to be mad because they want that person to feed into them. They want that person to, what's wrong? Why are you mad? Negative reinforcement. What did I do? They want this person to ask a several amount of questions, and then they be like, eventually, after spending 3 hours asking them what's wrong, the moment that you say, okay, you know what? To hell with it. It's your emotions. It has nothing to do with me. And then they bust down with well, you did X, Y, and Z. It was always a way for them to reassure their self-esteem and their self-worth and give them some type of validation that you care. So their disruptive behavior comes from feeling abandoned, neglected, or like they're not the center of attention. Someone is struggling with this crossover into maturity. Like, this is some type of stuff that you do, you know, when you're still mad at your mommy and your daddy, you know, for not playing board games with you on weekends and reading you bedtime stories and hugging you and holding you, inner child. And then what happens? They apologize. They're like, I'm better now. I've changed. And then their ego starts to create chaos for them again because they play the same little trick. And then the memory of how last time you don't really care about me. You don't really care about me. Because last time you were fine without me. You moved on. And then their mind started playing tricks on them. And next thing you know, they do it all over again. Someone is like, spirit is really working with someone to learn a very intense karmic lesson. This person's growth was stunted, like I said, at a very young and vulnerable age. And they want them to go back into memory, walk down memory lane, look back at their childhood and see how their upbringing has been shaped, to see how they have learned this, who they learned it from, where they learned it from, and why they put so much pride and value. You know, a lot of people from cultures, okay, respectfully, whether you Jamaican, Bahamian, Nigerian, if you're from a Caribbean in any way, there is this pride about your upbringing. There's this pride about the way you was raised. But a lot of them were raised in this way. Okay? Right here in America too. Americans, okay? It's all over the world. But this is something that is predictable. You can predict someone's behavior based off of the seeds that they plant. You can see them leaving like little seeds. This is also someone that will indirectly like leave little breadcrumbs, and they want you to pick them up and kind of want to know what they're thinking, want to know what's on their mind, want you to like investigate. Whew. And it's because they feel inadequate, which plays on their insecurities. And then they start looking back on how you become the blame for whatever happens to them. You know what I'm saying? If you get some luck happening to you, they feel like, well, I'm mad now because I didn't get the praise or the glory about how I helped you get here. Like, someone wants some type of recognition as well. This is a dis-ease for them, a mental and emotional dis-ease. They literally start to feel ill. And I feel like if they are experiencing any type of weaknesses, fragility, lately, it's justice. It's like trying to let this person know, like, you have a very yucky way. And it has a lot to do with your roots, your upbringing, how you stand your ground. And just become like very impulsive with this rash behavior. I feel like sometimes it's real subtle. And don't get me wrong, like, not everyone's very boastful about it, but this is also showing up very subtly, where this could be someone that's extremely quiet, reserved. You would never even think they have these type of tendencies, but they do. You can think they're the best person to slice bread. Since sliced bread, they just perfect, but they are still trapped to this same type of game that's being played when it comes to relationships. They even handle business matters this way. You know, where the game is rigged for them to always win. They have a control issue. So in order for this person to really receive their blessings or their spiritual inheritance, I feel like there is blessings waiting for this person where doors are just going to start opening, but it will require them to face this inner child wound, face this demon that they have on them. Okay. And then boom, the blessings and rewards will come in, and they won't have to be envious of nobody. Because I feel like this person is tempted to like bribe someone, you know, I'll do anything. It's from a form of desperation, but even that in itself comes from a fear of being like homeless, abandoned, a fear of not being able to, like, having to go back to the bottom of the barrel type of energy. Someone's really like afraid of the fact that this is something that keeps messing things up for them. Okay, for others of you, they still have this issue, and that's what keeps them focused so hard on working. It's the same type of inner child wound. It's just some of it's being expressed as extremely overly successful people with very, very small, like a short person's complex type of energy, a very small self-esteem, but they like to appear like they have it all fixed together, but they keep people away because they know they have this issue. They're still aiding it and embedding it within themselves, so they're being challenged. And then you have those that are more reactive. Hard code is Minnesota. All right, I'm hearing that song in Love with a Scorpio. 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5. So this gotta change first, boo boo. Love bug, this gotta change. Real estate, wealth, investment, and major project. It's gonna be worth your while. There is something that is going to be worth your while, but it is going to require a ceremony, a ritual. Somebody need to be baptized in the name of the Lord out here in these streets. 10 of Pentacles. Yes. Someone is afraid of losing something. Wasting their time. Whoa, this just got real. Look at that. Didn't I tell you someone being plagued? It's time for them to go on this. Someone needs to face their fears, or they need to conquer some type of oppression that is over them. That creates distractions, creates upheaval. I mean, like, you can move houses, but this shit is coming. This person can move houses, change jobs, relocate, but it's controlling this person's life. And they're so reluctant. You know what I'm saying? And it does more harm than it does good. But it's this inner child wound, past life wound. Someone needs to get a past life regression. But they're too stubborn. They're just going to like, I'm calm, I'm good, I'm not bothered. And then eventually the origin starts coming. And they're like, I'm calm, I'm good, nothing's wrong. You're not talking to nobody. I'm not scared. Ignore the thoughts. And then boom, they blow up. Someone's going to blow up very soon. because they put so much pressure on themselves. Like you need God for this. Seeking God is out here. All right. And I feel like Spirit wants you to know, if nothing at all, like someone here in this reading, okay, is ignoring something that has a way bigger control over the way that they act. And they don't see it. And it like really fucks with their stability. But it's a part of their life purpose to really confront this codependent attachment, confront this inner child. For some of you, it's a manifestation of your inner child that has really become. Y'all ever saw that movie, Turning Red or something like that? Her mother has suppressed so much of her childhood memories. She suppressed so much of her childhood memories because she just was really afraid of repeating a mistake, that when it was finally triggered to come out, it just poof. And she was a huge monster, but it's like someone's been trying to tame their beast. But because they really want this relationship, they do not want something to end. They really want to have something long term, but someone has to have the courage to change. They have to have the courage to do the internal work, the shadow work, and really give themselves that time to go back in time. Someone needs to go back in time and confront their inner child and tell that inner child, like, okay, you can stop running the AC unit. You can cool out. You know what I'm saying? You can stop boiling over. Turn the AC on, calm your ass down, take a nap, self-soothe. Someone did not get any of those things. This is an opportunity for someone to really dive deep into the difference between their intentions and like something else. Because I feel like it's something that's been hindering someone from being able to really control their impulses or how they speak, how they confront something. They may even, struggle with possessive energy. Didn't I say that? What did Spirit say? Spirit said it's time to heal that shit. Go on this journey. Have the courage to heal your heart and balance out your emotions so you can become stable. Wow, Spirit, you are hitting on it today. To Dizzy. Yes, you are worth it. You are worth recovering. You are worth you are worth the recovery process. You are worth the shadow work. You just gotta focus. Someone is really, like, they're super cautious. I don't want it to end. I don't want to end. You gotta redirect your focus, whoever you are or whoever this energy is. I don't want to mess up. It's like, I'm not even going to get on this other energy because I do feel like someone energy, I don't know if this is you, Taurus, or someone else, but you have a tendency of wanting to heal these type of energies. And I feel like they do come to you for healing. But I mean, like, healing in a way, like, give them a recipe. Healing in a way where, but you can't, that's like Jada. You know how everyone had a problem with the entanglement? Okay, with the Smiths entanglements, and they were like, oh, she was helping August Alsina, but she turned around and as a mentor started having sex with a mentally ill person or someone that was going through something. She should know better. So we can't put all of the blame, okay, on Jada, right? Because I do feel like she has already admitted, I was struggling with my own inner child wounds, growth. I mean, that is a state of depression when you literally lock yourself in a bedroom and you don't come out for months and you cry for like months straight. Not even your partner can get to you because you don't want to be in that relationship. You don't want to do X, Y, and Z. So this energy is showing up like, don't get yourself in an entanglement with your own demons to the point where you allow it to succumb or surpass you in a way where you're no longer making decisions from your heart chakra. You're making it from focusing on what you don't want because you may meet people like this that come towards you, but it's also because you have an abandonment wound as well. So if that person has a karmic tie, you are attracted to that person. Even if you were attracted to that person a long time ago, that karmic tie is still there. You can run away from the situation. You can cut off the person. You can block the person. But the abandonment wound that you share with that individual is still wreaking havoc. And I feel like it has something to do with you as well, needing to cut those karmic ties in a way where you got to give it something to do. You know how they say if idle hands is the devil's playground? You got to give that little rebellious energy inside of you, that inner child running amok. You got to do your shadow work so you can learn how to communicate with your demons. We all have them. But either you are the ones that's controlling your demons, or your demons are controlling you. And one music video that really depicted that, even though people couldn't get past the all the symbolism and the gender issues that was in, I think it was Montero. What is his name? Call me in the morning, call me in the day. Call me in a dun dun dun. I wanna stay for the night. I wanna dun 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 dun. But when he rolled that pole, wait a minute, y'all. When he rolled that pole to hell, he had to go there. All right, and he found his demon, the devil that was afflicting him, oppressing him, and he was like, "Fuck it, I'm about to do it." So what he do? You know, he spoke that demon's language. You guys know what that language is. What is it like? What is its vices? How does it communicate? And you might have to give it a little lap. Wait a minute. And you know, he rolled that damn demon's lap. Okay. What is a lap? A lap is like, okay. Damn. Got real comfortable with it too. And then he snapping its neck was like, let me take this off. Let me knock your ass out right quick. And let me put these horns on my head because it belonged to me. You're not going to be running amok in my life. I don't give a damn what you are. That's pretty much what he was symbolically saying. And then him kissing the serpent was like him being able to become intimate with that wisdom. It's a relationship. There's relationships etherically, which is how we're able to tap into energy. There are relationships that are still existing from, not just forget about this life. If I really get, like, there are so many relationships, not with people, but from your inner children. Okay? It's like that Spider-Man movie, the multi-universe type of things. There are more of you existing, but some way along the line, there's a possibility, you know, that the little 5-year-old, 10-year-old version of Billy is coming back to kill Bill. That's the best thing that's the best way that I could say. And they finding you in every lifetime, and they mad. It's like, did you forget? You got a little Chucky here. This is your own. There is a little Chucky here, and you feel like you in control of it, but it is in control of you, and it's yanking on your heart. And I feel like it's time for you to go on this journey and heal it. Call me in the day, call me in the morning, call me on the way. I want to stay for the night. I want to dun 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 dun. So you got to figure out what that vices is. That's the third wheel right there. All right. The third party is more than a person. It's the vices, it's the obsessions, it's the wounds, it's the inner child. So before you say goodbye, before you close the door, you might have to give this one a kiss goodnight, because this one ain't, they not playing. You're like, who is this? Who is this? Is it a human? Is it a it? I don't think you can see this one. This is inner child stuff. People think their inner child just be sitting there in a corner, rocking themselves to sleep, talking about what happened to them. And you know, the inner child, it gets dark in there. Can you sleep with the lights off? Do you sleep with a TV in your room? Can you sleep? Can you go 3 days in a dark room with no lights? Are you willing to take a trip? Take a trip. Take a trip. It's a spiritual trip though. But yeah, Spirit is saying like it's time to take that trip. It's time to focus. It's time to redirect your focus. And it's time to go in. It's time to travel. Astro travel. Taurus, I love you. I do. I'm sending you lots of love, wisdom, and guidance on your journey. And I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Stay with me, okay? We're gonna come back. Don't go nowhere. Bye, Taurus.